Hello again, everybody. Harry Box, the technical trader at techtrader.com. It's March the 14th, Tuesday. These are the charts of the day. Well, the markets had a kind of a sloppy day, first down sharply, then back up again, closing down on the session. I'm going to skip the index charts for today. We have a lot to cover, long and short. Let's go over some charts now. Biotechs were mixed, but a lot of the ones we followed did well. Some did not. Bluebird had a very nice day. If you can take a look at the pattern that we've been watching, when it broke out here, we gave you a swing on it. It ran up. We had a nice swing trade in a couple weeks on that one. Then it broke out again in another nice swing. Actually looks pretty good here on the pullback. It held right through the basic double top in there where support was and the moving averages, and it's bounced up for 5 days in a row. The spike high here was 94.75. Our target was 95. We got within a quarter. Now the pullback should break us through that. My first targets are 100, then 105, 107 range. Looking good, and you know where your support is. On this one we have 10.22 days to cover. Clovis, monster day on positive drug news. You'll see that the stock pop broke out of this entire consolidation of the last 5 weeks while it held at rising 50 and lateral price support. Got scary here, but held. And you can see the breakout today. Unless I miss my guess, and this gets any kind of follow through, we should see the stock run even to as high as 75. I would say in the next day or two, maybe tomorrow. But ultimately, even mid-channel gets you to about 85. Upper channel gets you to 120.25. This could be very interesting, possibly a takeover, looking good. Big volume today. That's the biggest volume I've seen since December. Biggest volume of 2017 today, 5.84 million. And with 3.88 days to cover, we may get some squeeze on that. Neural stem, CUR. Now the base has been broken. It pulled back for a couple of days and consolidated. Well, today it got some action and traded. This is a lightly traded stock. Didn't get enough volume for me, but it did pop and run up to approximately where the 620 zone was, reaching as high as 6. There's resistance here, but if the gap gets filled, we could see a move up towards the 7 range short term, and maybe beyond that, a run up near the next target, which would be something around, let's call it 8. So 7 and 8, 8.5, maybe even 8 3/4 would be the near term target. 2.8 days to cover. Big day for Green Dot, very strong breakaway pop. I believe the highest level ever achieved. No, I am wrong. It's the highest level since 2011, but 6-year highs. And resistance up here would be the testing area, around 36.5. That's my near-term target, right up in that zone. So let's see if we can get another 3.5 points on it, 3.5 days to cover. Interesting chart we haven't talked about, INVE. Look at this base, breakout wedge, another pop and wedge, and another breakout. If this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth wave could get us near 8, 8.5. That's my near-term target. Keep an eye on this one. Could be quite powerful, particularly if it moves up across 590 with any kind of energy. KMG with a big day today, exploding for 541 or 14%. Now, it's a thinly traded stock. And you can see the beautiful base break out, big consolidation for 4 or 5 months. Here's the big run, then another wedge, and today was a huge breakout. Now, on a long-term basis, this looks like it's trading up near all-time highs. It is indeed. And it took out key support, but you can see how it's trending. Now, the only problem with this pattern that I have is that it's near the upper end of the range, although the wave should take you higher than that. What it may be doing is changing the angle of ascent to look something more like this. If that is the case, then perhaps we're going to see an angle, something more on this this area that takes us up to at least the 48, 49 zone short term. Momo, big move today again, up another 228 or 7.3% on 7.8 million. Look at the volume. Look at the volume last week. Very, very strong. First it popped sharply, then pulled back, but held the gap. Let's call that the gap support right there. Got very quiet inside days for 2 days in a row and low volume. Today it picked that up again. If Momo takes out 34, 35, this could be a 40, even $45 stock going forward. With a 1, 2, 3, 4, the big fifth wave's on their way, could last some more. Neuroderm up 60 cents. Not a big deal, but you can see that the falling wedge, which got to prior highs and the 21-day moving average, popped yesterday, followed through a bit today after pulling back in the morning. My near-term target is 30 3/4, but if it gets through that, we're looking at $34, $35 stock with 5.9 days to cover. Swire in a beautiful flag. I wanted to point that out to you because after the breakaway gap and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quick wave, this is probably more like 1 and 2. 2 may last a little bit longer, but eventually 32 and 39 are targets on this one. This is actually quite intriguing here with that bull flag on low volume. TGTX with a real pop today. Look, I missed this one. There's no question about it. When this stock popped through this zone, take a look at this, and then it stalled there, and then ran up. That was a no-brainer. Now, unfortunately, it's gone from 4.5 to 14 nearly. So a stock goes up that far that fast, we may get a pullback retest. But momentum is strong enough, and with 16.7 days to cover, we may very well get a run up that takes us to 18, 19, 20. Stay tuned with 16.7 days to cover. This could be wild and crazy. You can see some minor resistance at 15, and then I'm looking for about 19. V-Ray, check this out. After the explosive move here, we had a falling wedge. Then positive jug news and big volume. Then a beautiful wedge. Today it popped that wedge. I think it's on its way to retesting the 6.25 half area. When we get through that, I'm looking for 7, 8, and much more than that down the road, potentially. And lastly is Wi-Fi on the long side today. Boingo Wireless broke through its declining tops line yesterday and popped and followed through today to get up to 1248, which actually is a new high above that level. Oh no, it's right at that level, and you can see why it might have backed off. I'm actually looking for the stock to make it up near 13, and then if you're looking at the longer term picture, real long, you'll see that way back in here, the stock double topped after the IPO about 1250 there, and 1325 there. So 13 and 2025, we get through that, we're out clear ceiling for much more higher levels. 15.75 days to cover. This could be interesting. This could be at a real squeeze. Keep an eye on the follow to see if we get a follow through. Big volume today, relatively the highest volume on an update since early November. So a 4 or 5 month high in volume, for up volume, I should say. And I'll be looking to see if he gets across that zone where resistance is 13, 13 and a quarter. Then I'm looking for 15 and 3/4, 16. That's it on the long side. Let's take a look at some boxes shorts. The highlighted ones today are AYI, which ran up to the declining top line of moving average, came down, bounced back test, today dropping 445 or 2.12%. Nevertheless, if it rolls over and takes this out, we could see a big hit. With some minor support of 194.5, we break through that, we're looking at 168.70. This could be interesting. Cardtronics continues to form a bear flag for the last 3 weeks. At some point, it may collapse. Keep an eye on this one. If that's the best the bulls can do after a big drop like that, this thing looks doomed for me. 41, 37, and maybe less. 5 Prime Therapeutics, biotech with a rollover head and shoulders top and a rising wedge, which we showed you 2 weeks ago. It subsequently came down and today broke. It looks to me like it's going to test 36 3/4, about 3 points from here, and then maybe fall all the way down to the low 30s. Jack in the Box, a new swing short, made a nominal new high, testing the gap, which was 98.55, today's high 98.37, and pulled back to 97 and change. We're only down a small fraction, but if this breaks, I'll get out below. Targets, 91, 82, and who knows where below that. Parsley Energy, with oil stocks weakening, this one looks like a rising bear wedge, and yet another in there, of sorts, and depending on how you draw it, of course, but constantly looking like bear flags. Look at bear wedges, look at the lousy volume, particularly on this last run up. No technical surge whatsoever and fairly low volume. All we need is for this puppy to break down below 28 3/4, and we're headed towards 26, 24.5, and maybe less. PZZA, the bottom line is that this one is forming a little mini bear flag in here. And if it breaks this support level, look out below, and I mean all the way down, initially to at least 68.5, and then potentially down towards 63.5. Ralph Lauren is in a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a definitive bear wedge, and if it fails, I wouldn't be shocked to see this collapse into the low 60s. That's a long way down from here. This could get hammered. Signet Jewelers, after the drop down in multiple waves, it finally got a bounce off the bottom of the channel. Not a surprise, kind of expected that after the big spike down in volume. But a little surprising 4 days ago, or 3 days ago, when it had that big pop up, but notice that it got right to the declining tops line, parallel channel, and it's backing off again. Silica's really looking ugly. After spiking down off the top and forming a bear wedge, it broke down, got to support and bounced, and now it's rolling over again. Looks like we may test 41 and even 37 on this one. SPG Simon Properties, yet again, now it's down like 9 out of 10 days. One day being yesterday, and that was only a nominal day. I'm down another $1.46 or almost 1% today. But you can see that if this comes down below 164, my next target, it could be 154 before you know it. TPX boxers swing short, forming a big bear wedge. After this big collapse, that's the best they can do. Looking for 36 and 30. Ubiquity Networks broke hard, a beautiful rising channel with a breakaway gap. Moving averages crossed over. Stock rallies back. First pullback, shorted right there near resistance. I suspect we fall over, roll over, get down, take out 46, and then we're headed for 41. And finally tonight is UPS, which still is mired in that large bear wedge. And if it breaks this wedge, look out below to 100 and then maybe 94, 95 or less. That's the long and short of it tonight. Not a pretty picture, but we shall see how it goes tomorrow. Good night, tech traders.